Hey, Bougie Gang, your lunch is ready. What's going on, guys? Happy Wednesday, everyone. Bougie Gang, your lunch is ready. Go ahead, get into the chat and tell me what is for lunch today. For me today, it's a grilled cheese and a very, very um, sour kosher pickle. Okay. All right, we're going to get into it in just a second. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Real Talk Bougie, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday. You know what Wednesday is? It's members, it's mods. Um, you got options. If you want to send through a message, you can go over to join us on Facebook at Real Talk Bougie. It's Real Talk Bougie everywhere. So free option. Send your comments through. Go ahead and get it popping over on the Facebook right now. We are broadcasting live on Facebook and YouTube. So welcome, welcome, welcome. You can super chat it, you can cash app it, all of the things. Okay. Um, anyway, thank you so much. Hi, Janetta. Hey boo. Hey boo, hey. My four T's. Hey boo. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, ladies of Bougie Gang. I appreciate y'all supporting this platform and all of my volunteers, all of the moderators who volunteer every day to help this chat be awesome. Miss Cat, thank you, sis, over there on Facebook. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right. Thank you, Miss Cat, for coming through. I appreciate you. Thank you, sis. Okay. Everybody out there, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday, guys. Let me say hi to the gang stars. You know who you are because you got here first, second, and third. Hey, hey, Summer Breeze. Hey, bullet holes, bullet holes. Okay. T Collins, what's good? Guys, all right, look, we just started summer vacation. I don't want to make a whole bunch of excuses, but sis is trying to get her act together. Girl, I was over there baking in the sun. I was trying to be productive yesterday. I was riveted by the news yesterday. There was so much going on in Fulton County. It was like a little bit too much. I was watching, I was like, babe, did you know that there's like something going on like Speed right now? Remember the movie Speed? I was like, they're fighting on a bus. Somebody got shot. There's a high speed chase going through Gwinnett. Oh my God. He's like, Atlanta's crazy. He's like, we're not going down there. I was like, babe, I didn't tell you that to tell you that. No, I'm just kidding. Um, but yeah, no, I was telling him last night about the high speed chase. Also the shooting that happened downtown. I was watching the eyewitness account. Like it was so much happening in Atlanta yesterday. I was like in shock. On top of the fact, so this morning I'm watching the closing arguments on the Susanna Morales situation. So the defense didn't even put up a case, which that's a strategy, right? Because if they feel like, first of all, if they just, Susanna Morales is the young lady who was basically hunted down and taken out far too soon. A young lady, okay, young, still in high school, very beautiful young lady, um, and uh, a horrible, I don't even want to, a horrible human being decided that he was going to take advantage of a young lady and do what he wanted to someone else's child, okay? And then told a host of m- egregious lies and basically was found out along the way. I mean, I honestly, I'm so glad. Like, we all knew how this was going to turn out. The evidence was staggering against him. They didn't put on a defense. So now they're in the middle of closing arguments. I'm interested to hear what his defense lawyers are going to put on or going to say. They didn't provide a defense, and they're probably just going to go with, if you feel that there's reasonable doubt or you know what I mean? Like, they're putting it all on the prosecution to either prove it. And I feel like they really, their job wasn't even that hard. The prosecution, from a standpoint, hey, Miss Tiffany, hey, boo. I don't feel like, I feel that the prosecution, of course, their job is hard. What I'm saying is, I feel like what they needed to do their job um, was provided because um, Mr. Bryant did a couple of things. You know, there were videos. He was in law enforcement. I think he was ex-military as well, because I heard him talking about his reserves or something. Um, and his alibi kicked off with him pretending that he lost his gun. Um, we can watch some of that. Like, let's just wait for the trial to be over. Um, I f- I feel like even just a couple of days later, I just couldn't. I just didn't want to. I was watching it a little bit, but not. It's just disturbing. You know what I mean? It's just kind of a nightmare because any of us who, have kids or just remember how we used to be able to be carefree at certain times in our lives. And when people rob you of that comfort, it's awful. So I feel like for a lot of moms, dads, parents, children, it kind of robs you of that enjoyment to be able to enjoy outside, enjoy a walk from point A to point B, get home safely. All of those things that we sometimes take for granted. This creep robbed us all this summer and the summer of 23 and the summer of 22. He robbed a lot of people of that pleasure because you have to be extra careful. Kids have to be in groups. The groups have to be trustworthy. I mean, it's just so much. It's like we want our kids to be able to enjoy. We want to be able to be outside and enjoy. And it's so hard because you have these deviants out here that feel like it's okay to help themselves to you or yours. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's bad. So I don't like to have to be a helicopter mom because I remember being able to go do things. I grew up in New Jersey, and I grew up at a time where crime was high in New York City. I lived right across the bridge in Englewood, New Jersey, in Bergen County. Some of you might know where that is and what that is, where it is in relation to the city. But my parents came from, so let me just say it like this. I had a lot of freedom to be able to like walk down the street, go to the store, go walk to my friend's house. I remember taking the bus to go to our little downtown sector, our little Palisades Avenue, go shopping, go get a hamburger, go to like Woolworth or you know what I'm saying? Go to McDonald's, go get some pizza, go to have a pizza. Not have a pizza. What was it? Have a pizza? It was the one across the street from McDonald's. Um, I don't know. Anyway, I had the freedom to do those things like at 12 and 13 years old. I would never send my kid like a mile walk away now by herself with a friend. No way. Um and Even in high school, like middle school going into high school, I used to take the bus to go into the city. We used to go get to the George Washington Bridge bus terminal, go down into the subway. I learned from my older sisters, go down into the subway and catch the A train all the way downtown, go to the village. We would walk around the park, go to get great papaya hot dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like it would always involve like some pizza, hot dogs, stop at a couple of stores, go to Tower Records, walk around the park. Um, Maybe if we were feeling really grown up, go to what was the chicken place? And I forgot what that place, BBQs, go to BBQs, get some chicken and some fries. You know what I mean? When I got a little bit older and we would sit down for like sit down table service because we thought we were grown, like 10th, 11th grade, all that kind of stuff. I like I cannot imagine. You cannot send your kid out the door to walk home. We'll go to a friend's house, come home, without getting the most horrible news that the nightmare. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's going on right now. They're doing closing arguments, and I'm going to be interested to see what the defense puts on for girl. Remember, it was Papaya King. They used to call it Gray's Papaya, right? Or Gray's or something, and then maybe they merged. I forget, but those places on the corner with the good hot dogs and the drinks and all that. Anyway, never Juniors was in Brooklyn. So I've been to Juniors, but at that when I was at that age, I was venturing pretty much in and around Manhattan. As far as venturing over to Brooklyn didn't happen until I got into college. Um, I had a friend who lived on the Upper West Side that I went to City College my first year of school, my first year of college. I've told you guys this story before. My dad was a physician and he worked at Lincoln Hospital in the Bronx. So he would drop me off on 135th and Convent and like basically on the corner, like up the street because City College is at 138th and Convent. So he would drop me off on like 135th Street and he would cross over the bridge from Harlem into the Bronx. And sometimes if I stayed at school late, he would circle back, pick me up, or I would take the train, back up to GWB and go home. But one of my good friends that I've known since then, we met in a Black Studies class and she became my really, really good friend. She was made one of my, I was maid of honor in her wedding. And, fast forward. Anyway, that's when I started venturing into Brooklyn. But I really never had any business in Brooklyn until I got a little bit older. I didn't really know anybody in Brooklyn, like a friend per se. But when we started going clubbing and stuff like that, that's when I discovered a little bit more of Brooklyn. So that was like the late 80s, early 90s. And like that was a very fun time, those years. What's up to everyone? Overcomer 504 India, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's members, it's mods today. Um, But yeah, I didn't go into Brooklyn like that. I've been to Junior's a few times, a handful of times. It was good. It was diner food. You know what I mean? Junior's became popular, of course, with Diddy and making the kids walk to Brooklyn. But like Albee Square Mall and all of that kind of stuff before Brooklyn, downtown Brooklyn looked like downtown Brooklyn today. Yes. Yeah. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. And then fast forward, my sister ended up living on the other side of Prospect Park. So anyway, that's my experience with Brooklyn. But being a Jersey kid, I pretty much ventured up and down. My trains were like the A and the one and the two for the most part, and I didn't really start riding one and two until I met my friend that grew up in the city. And that's when I learned more about the subway system and other trains and all that other kind of stuff. So you're eating ground turkey and black bean tacos. That sounds yummy. Spiced ham and cheese sandwiches from the corner bodega. Oh, I bet you that's good. Yum. Okay, originally from Brooklyn. Yeah, my sister lived on Clarendon, way down on the other side of Prospect Park. Um, Willpower Wednesday. So what does Willpower Wednesday mean? Are you fasting? All right, let's get into it. Um, so anyway, all right, so I was overcome with so many things. Then last night I started researching Sarah Boone because I was really curious about the lawyers, her 8 lawyers. So I did the research. I got all of the names because I even Googled it like Sarah Boone's attorneys. I could not find one article to give me every single damn name and the dates and everything. And guess who went through the docket last night? Spent an hour going through the whole entire docket, writing down all the dates of withdrawal. So I can't give you like the exact dates that they were released, but I do have every single motion to withdraw. And some of them are quite interesting. And they were not all reasons for Sarah Boone and her crazy shenanigans and her craziness. Some were things like there was one attorney who had defended George Torres before. There was another person who defended somebody or who defended someone who was on the witness list. There were a couple different things, but there were certified 8 lawyers, including the one who is asking to withdraw now. So I just thought that that would be something interesting that I don't know if it's really been talked about at length, but I know we really hadn't talked about it here. So I've always followed the case since it happened, and I'm not a fan. And no, and I know the backstories. The backstories of who? The backstories of like George Torres and all of the people. So you followed the story since the beginning, but you're not a fan. Okay, well, I mean, obviously there must be some interest there, but I mean that might just be an episode of Real Talk Bougie that maybe you'll skip. I don't know. Maybe not. It's interesting to me. But yeah, I followed it not from a deep level, but since I pulled her letters and was trying to kind of understand the backstory of the letters, then it led me to looking into who were the actual 8 attorneys and all of that. So it's okay. Okay. Because some people aren't tuning into this right now. You know what I'm saying? And my feelings are not hurt. You know what I mean? So it's okay. Anyway, let's get into it. Oh, yes. Sarah, let me out. It's awful. It is awful. She was a raging drunk, is what I think. Like, which I think we know this. She had a drinking problem, and that might have been the reason why, or a large reason why she was not with her husband. And her and George were like functional, if you can even call it functional, but she was a damn drunk. And now that she has sobered up, she just comes off like a real bitch, just to put it out here. Now that one, I can do because she's batshit crazy. It's sad though for the family because just imagine you can't really I mean, you never know when those images of the suitcase are going to be sitting like how awful. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, it's one thing to come up on a crime scene, right? And they're not going to show a crime scene. They're not going to show somebody in their final repose, however they're discovered or whenever the police are called. This man was expired in a freaking suitcase and you can see the video anytime on YouTube. Now, I'm not saying I have a problem with it. I you know what I mean? I just hate it for the family that is grieving the loss. Um it's unfortunate and I would want, you know what I'm saying? Like they definitely deserve some justice on that one. It's no one's fault. I mean, the news outlets and blogs and everything are just delivering the news, but this bitch really created a situation to where it's a mockery of this man's final moments. You know what I mean? Like he's in the damn suitcase, they're drunk, and she taunts him. You know, she really needs her comeuppance. It's just a matter of time now. That's why I think the judge is really trying to hold it together so that nothing interferes with handling this business to have her dealt with once and for all. Because looking at the case, and we're talking about Sarah Boone here, um, when she was arrested, it seemed to be, I think it was like February of 2020. So literally, COVID was creeping into the United States. So just imagine she got caught up at a time where literally everything was starting to shut down. You were hearing about the cruise ships. We're hearing about China, as our president at the time would say, you know, China. There's that flu is coming and all of the things that they used to say about C-19. And she's over there just arrested in a Florida prison, right? Florida jail, and all of the delays and everything that happened along the way. So, yeah. So last night I was just doing the research on the motions to withdraw and all of the attorneys, but yes, 8 attorneys, including the one right now who just asked to be dismissed. So I pulled all the motions to withdraw. Some of them are amusing. Most of them are on some irreconcilable differences. The defendant is difficult, you know, all of the things. And then I've pulled all of her correspondence to the judge. Sometimes you don't see, I think there might be a couple of letters that she photocopied or wrote a second time that she would send to the attorney and then send to the judge. I think she found the attorneys were not responding, so she started copying the judge, and then the judge would send back kind of a receipt that we received your correspondence. We're in the process of, you know, reviewing it, and if it requires any type of response, you know, we will handle that accordingly. Basically, they would send, I'll show you when we start to review the letters, I will show you what the judge would send, but I'm sure she wrote a ton of letters, but the letters that I can see are the ones that were submitted to the judge. um I don't know that the lawyers were submitting every single letter to be added to the docket. Um, because maybe I guess that's attorney-client privilege, so maybe that's not something that would be, um, entered to the docket, but if the letter is to the judge specifically or loops the judge in, then the judge is documenting it into the record. Um Yeah, I wanted to get a little bit more research in just to kind of, you know, get myself more familiar with everything. Um she's awful. She's an awful person. She's and she's not stupid. You know what I mean? Like she's one of these people who it was just a matter of time. It wasn't, and this is subjective, right? It wasn't a violent with a gun or a knife. It was she tortured. I mean, the man tortured his final moments. Not only was he probably, I'm sure, very uncomfortable, and then he was deprived an opportunity to breathe. So yeah, she really, really, really is. She's certified. She's certified. Okay, guys, let's get into it. Nesto and Sonya had a call, and it made me think because okay, so we'll do that one first, and then I went and pulled a video that I had put up back in, when was this? September 9th. So this is 2 days before Shirley dropped the strawberry letter, that we noticed. It's a video. Let me show you guys. We'll look at it a little bit. Um, it's a video that is called Shirley Strawberry Deleted Husband Ernesto from Her Social Media. It's just interesting, because how would he know that Shirley Strawberry deleted her husband? Where would he know to tell Dion? How would he know, rather, excuse me? How would he know to tell Dion that he was deleted from his social? I know when the call happened. Um, I'm just saying that when Sonya keeps telling Nesto so many things, and he talks about them as if he knows exactly, like he saw it for himself. You know what I mean? And he's such a bum. He's such a bum. Well, we had talked about it before. So yeah, the call with Dion is in August, and I'm not even trying to infer that Sonya just watched my channel, but you know that Sonya was watching my channel. She commented on it on several occasions. So we talked about the social media thing. And so she's the Grim Reaper. That's my point. Anyway, let's get into it. Let me go back over here. Let's get into it. I just think that Sonya wasn't doing any of the research. Sonya was trolling around, but I don't know that Sonya really knew what she was looking for. And I think she was trolling around from a standpoint of from admiration and hateration, when she used to look at Shirley Strawberry's page. Back when this whole thing first went down, Sonya was not looking for clues. She thought that he was getting out every other week, just like Nesto did. It became more obvious that she needed to comb through and scrub through his social media for clues and things like that. She was over on Shirley Strawberry's Instagram to have a key to figure out what Shirley knew, what Shirley didn't know. She was envious, absolutely. She was going to see what Shirley was doing for her birthday to go run back and tell Nesto. She was being nosy. She was being nosy, and anything that she talked about, she was talking about the blogs. We already know what she was talking about. She was talking about with Nesto what we were talking about. Sonya didn't talk about, when she's in this call saying how nobody talked about her dates. That's a lie. Not even so much that we didn't talk about her dates, specifically phone calls from prison and what they put up. At the end, she can spin it however she wants, and she can try to figure out how they make a determination as to what they're going to play and what they're not going to play. At the end of the day, have you ever reached out to them? Have you ever wrote them an email? Have you ever asked them a question? All she does is talk about people. She has never picked up a phone to ask anybody a question, as far as I know. She's never reached out, sent an email. all she does is use her her opinion to formulate what she feels like are facts and then relays it to Nesto as if she damn came up with it herself. But 9 times out of 10, we know that she is notification gang out here on these YouTube streets. And a lot of what she said about the videos that create the narrative. Well, you helped create that narrative because you went and related right back to Nesto. You went and related right back to Nesto in some gossip. And when you realized that your ass had been exposed through the calls eventually hitting the YouTube streets, that's when you wanted to feel some type of way and also make it seem like you're smarter than everybody and you knew that this was going to happen in one way or another and that you were never really talking about anything that was worthy of anything because you always knew that it was you and Kevin Majeski because she thinks someone's stupid out here who was like, who is she talking about? Okay, maybe everybody doesn't know everything, but I knew when you said it's me, you, and the prosecutor, or me, you, and Kevin. I knew who she was talking about. I'm sure everybody here knew. If there was someone out there on the YouTube streets that didn't know what the Kevin reference was, that's their business. I don't know. But in this call, if you haven't seen it yet, her thought process is, and also the narrative that she is trying to push, is that they've always known that these calls would be listened to. And the people that think they know something don't really know anything. Okay, let's get into it.
How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
Thank you, D. Lovely.
I'm good. Just sitting around. Right.
Right. Waiting for your day in court.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I am.
Not you yes ma'am me.
You say what?
I said not you yes ma'am and me.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
If Sonya was going out on dates, sis was working. Okay, read between the lines on that. If Sonya, and this is my opinion because I get to have one. If Sonya was going out on dates because she was on some sort of dating app, whichever dating app that might have been, or Get Dates app, at the end of the day, is because sis was doing some type of work because she always, no matter who she went out with, she's always talking about some business. It was on some business. Okay. I flipped it and I turned it into some business. We started talking about a club. We started talking about an opportunity. We started talking about some funding. We started talking about going here. We started talking about going there. Everything is on some business. Okay. Who goes out on a date and starts talking about some business? Okay. Since Erica's attorney withdrew from the case, do you think she will get a plea deal? The acceptance of the plea deal, are you talking about? So her lawyer Bianca Calloway withdrew and she got a public defender, and her name is Kristen Howell. Are you saying Kristen Howell? Because the judge just put up a document accepting or acknowledging her lawyer's exiting of the case, and I thought he was referring to, because I have not seen any motion to withdraw from Kristen Holloway. It was Bianca, not Kristen Holloway, excuse me. Kristen Howell is the new lawyer who was with her in court. Bianca Calloway is the one who's been trying to withdraw for over a year. I haven't seen anything about Kristen exiting. So she's, and the plea deal is person specific. I don't think it'll have anything to do with the lawyer. So I don't know that if someone, let's just say her lawyer dropped dead, you know what I'm saying? And I wish her long health and prosperity. But if your lawyer were to all of a sudden fall sick, deceased, anything can happen. your deals or your case doesn't go out the window. You know what I mean? It's just on to the next attorney. So if let's just say Kristen Howell did exit the chat for some reason, um, she still has a deal on the table. The deal is for her, not her and her lawyer. So I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. I'm not sure. Um, okay. Dates equals Johns and clients. Okay. All right, let's get back to it. If you guys want to talk the case or anything like that, let's stick to the topic at hand. Wait till the video's over and then we'll get into that because it confuses a lot of people. Everyone's not super duper familiar with everything. And let's just stick with this video and then we will pivot. If you guys have any other like items you want to talk about. But to the sis who asked that question regarding Erica King, I'm assuming. Um, let me know. We'll jump back on that since Erica's yeah. Um, but I believe Joy that the attorney that withdrew, according to the docket, is her initial attorney, which was the paid lawyer Bianca Calloway. Okay. Kristen, who just kind of came in a couple of weeks ago. I'll check the docket just to make sure there have been no additional changes. But yeah, they're talking about Bianca. I saw that document. They weren't specific and named the lawyer who exited. But my assumption is it's the one who put the motion in.
So anyway, we can't, get off too much into things because everything. I know a lot of these calls after you had court, they're gonna try to grab and see what you were talking about.
Okay. So you know who? Oh God. Look, everybody. Look, what? How can I don't like to defend what other people say. That's just what I'm saying. Like I want to kind of get out of refute. Like if you know that someone is not a trusted source, then you need to side eye what that not reliable source is. We talked about Erica King's lawyer exiting the chat. I told you guys the day that Kristen Howell moved into the case. And if I'm not saying I'm your single source, I would say the best source is always going to be the docket because the docket tells no lies. The docket is the docket, right? But if someone is not or something is not a reliable source, trust that it's not a reliable source to you. I'm not calling anybody not a reliable source, but sis doesn't want to play those reindeer games with people who are looking for opportunities to make your girl be a mean girl. Okay. I'm not falling down that mean girl trap because sis just tells the truth out here. Okay. Sis tells the truth and sis doesn't really give a fuck what people think. And because of that, that makes me look a certain type of way. And then so if you can catch me saying something snarky or rude about somebody, that it makes me look even more. And you know what I'm saying? Like, that's old. It's getting old. You know what I'm saying? Like it's getting old. Anywho, let's keep going.
I ain't talking my shit.
Exactly. But even though we don't ever, they still play it like it's something. They just been dropping those visit calls, videos. That's what they've been dropping.
Dropping what? Some videos.
The videos from the visit. Yeah.
I love you too, Crystal. I love all of you guys. You guys are so sweet.
I don't know. Apparently.
And don't think if it's a day I want to say, but if I want to be cute and say something, you already know, you guys know me. But at the end of the day, it's just like I guess today's just not that day. I like the tea and gossip just like everybody else. But at a certain point, as we get closer and closer to the what will potentially be trial, you can't let people who don't know what the fuck they're talking about muddy the waters. You know what I'm saying? You got to know what you know. If you know that someone doesn't know what the hell they're talking about, don't even let that enter your facts of the case. Okay? I'll pull the document where the judge basically documents to Erica King about her lawyer leaving the case. It is not Kristen Howell. I'll even call Kristen Howell's office number just to verify she's still on the case. It was Bianca Calloway that filed a motion to withdraw. If someone is leaving the case, they file a document called a motion of withdrawal or motion to withdraw. There was a motion to withdraw filed by Bianca Calloway. Why would the judge file a acknowledgement of the motion to withdraw on someone who has not withdrawn? He filed it back to Erica to acknowledge we are in receipt of your lawyer's exit, and it's been noted, basically. But Kristen Howell is her lawyer. Ma'am is just trying to figure out a reason to make it make sense about that the judge not give, her fantasy fiction that she came up with about the plea deal being rejected. This is what I got to say, okay? Since guys, so it's like, my God, you guys know you get me started. Okay, this is what I got to say. Fulton County clearly has a problem with some whispering and swapping of tea in these hallways, okay? Did we not just see a lawyer? Did we not just see a lawyer get 20 days in the clink for running yappers? Sir does not want to tell and get someone in trouble who ran their yap and told them the business that happened in the judge's chambers. It was just a prosecutor and the witness. So unless the witness is talking tea to the defendant's attorney or the prosecutor was running their mouth to one of the defense attorneys in the RICO, how else would he know? Somebody told the man something he wouldn't have known because he wasn't invited to the meeting. This is my point. If, like I said a week or two ago, if somebody is playing in somebody's face and drop them some information to see where they're going to go run back to their channel and go drop the tea, and now they look stupid because they're trying to figure out how they can explain something that, how do you know that? It's not in writing. Nobody said that. How do you know? So if someone's running a play on you to see if you got a fucking blabbermouth, if it was a blabbermouth test, well, then guess what? You just failed. Okay? You failed and you got caught out here because, as I suspected last week, it was on some, let me do a blabbermouth check. Let me see if sis can hold water. I'm going to give her this little bucket of water to hold, and I'm going to see if she can hold it. Okay? Because the explanations as to how and why this person is saying that a plea deal has not been accepted doesn't hold. It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. If Erica King's lawyer, like I said, were to move to Kalamazoo, were to take off and go to damn Guatemala or Bali, if the lady fell sick, God bless her. I hope that does not happen. But you know what I'm saying? If something were to happen, hurt, harm, or injury, okay? You think that all of a sudden somebody's whole entire situation is thrown out because one person can't come to the party anymore? That's why they have backups, right? I think someone's trying to make sense of some nonsense, and that's it and that's all, and trying to conveniently find things that are ambiguous, just like trying to make Danielle Drannens into Sonya Durham. Okay, how in the world does Danielle Drannens or whatever Nesto's misspelling equal you trying to make Sonya part of the RICO? Okay, your future tense boo thing best friend. Okay. It's not a competition for me. It's me sitting at my desk checking my sources, which is the docket. That's my main source, is the docket. Okay. That's what I do. I don't go run from channel to channel or anything to see what other people are doing to figure out what I'm doing. Let me tell you something since we're talking about it right now. When I get ready to get ready, when I sit at my computer to do my research for what I'm coming to talk to you guys about on any given day, it includes me sitting down, looking at the docket. It includes me sitting down, pulling up videos that I may want to react to, and me getting my head on straight about what I'm doing. I do not, some people may do, I do not go to other people's channels to see what they're doing, what they're reporting, or what they're saying to get to give me inspiration for what I'm talking about on any given day. Yes. Yes, that's what we're on. Somebody asked a question. So yeah, just run it back, Lisa. It'll all make sense. But yeah, we're okay. Let's get back on the topic at hand. If you guys want to talk the case and what's on the docket, we'll do that after this video, and then the Dion video. We'll do a quick round robin on the docket. Thank you for everyone who has just become a member or renewed your memberships. Thank you so much. We'll do a quick look. See, I look at the docket every single day. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I've said it so much that I feel like I don't even want to say it anymore, but I'm just going to let you guys know. Present company 680 here in the chat. I look at the dockets every day of the cases that I talk about. And that's where I get my information from. Okay. That's it. I don't know what other people do, and it's not my business.
It's exciting TV for these people.
It's still
That's all. It don't be right. It ain't. I don't know. I wouldn't be interested in hearing that from somebody, but I ain't nosy, so I don't be off trying to figure out who's doing what and how they moving and all of that. I ain't invested in people's lives like that. You know, I could hear a headline and be like, okay, whatever, and go on to something else.
Yeah, that's all that's dying down. It's gonna be dying down because ain't nothing. It's nothing. The next big thing.
Well, it'll die down once you're out of there, and that's everything's done with. You know, hopefully it should die down. One would think, but we thought months ago this was going to die down. So you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We ain't nothing but a bunch of old folks talking. That's it.
Hey, that's it, Papa.
Lambo.
A bunch of old folks talking.
Grandpa and Grandma all in their business.
Yeah.
Grandma. Yeah, that's it.
So,
hey,
I just look at that when it get here so I can move on with my life and I can start thinking about business and all that. What I enjoy, get back to it. So.
With your bougie.
Yeah. What?
See that? You know it.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. So don't put me on the head.
You know I'll be teasing. I know. He bougie. He bougie.
No. Okay. All right.
I'm so down to earth. I'm not bougie. What are you talking about?
That's right. That's right.
You know what? She wants to be bougie. She's want to be bougie. That's why she goes out and buys all that fast fashion. All that fast fashion that she picks up. Like I said this before, buy fast fashion if you want to. Go buy the $9 tops and all the stuff. Most grown people, that type of stuff has its time and place, like the summertime. You just want some throw around cute stuff, whatever. At the end of the day, or something trendy, couple little trendy things that you know you're going to get about 5 washes out of. If you're lucky, it will last maybe a season, and maybe even to fold it to bring it to another season. Okay. But most people, I'm just, look, this is me in my 50s, right? Um, I don't want a bunch of fast fashion. Like when I used to have to go to into work every day, I loved getting new stuff all the time, just to have something new and cute. And I love like Zara. I like Fashion Nova and Shein. I'll do that stuff too every now and again. Um, but at the end of the day, this chick wants to look a certain type of way. She thinks she's like a social media influencer. There is no reason why a woman who stays at home all the time needs to be ordering and buying so many clothes and purses. Like, you're not going any. What are you doing? I think she thought she was going to be some sort of an influence or something, and she goes and buys all these, all these little, all the stuff that she buys for no good reason. And sis is damn hiding in her apartment. It's crazy. Yeah. I mean, it's a problem. And she's not it's not like you're still growing. You know what I mean? Like, I got a kid that's still growing. So she needs clothes all the time.
What you talking about?
Me, like, for us grown women, if it's better to buy quality over quantity. We all know this, right? There's nothing wrong with buying trendy items. You're going to Dominican Republic, you're going to Mexico, you're going somewhere, you want to buy, you want to have on all the, you want to do the matching. You guys are going to do the white party. You guys are going to do, you're meeting up with your sorority, so you want to get 2-3 bathing suits to match all your soras and the events that you're going to. So you're going to go buy a bunch of stuff and you're never going to wear it again. Okay? But on a regular, like, just living your life, come on now. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But me.
Just ready to chill out, straighten my face up, get my face card back on track. Yeah. I don't know.
But yeah, it's not overlooked, the use of Bougie in 2024, because it's that Bougie chick she can't stand. Okay. We know that. It's okay. She wants to be Bougie Gang so bad.
Talking trash. I saw God myself. I saw him myself. Ain't nobody can tell me.
I mean, the medications that he's taking, that he saw God. He saw God. He also saw the devil, and now he is again. I saw God. I saw God. I saw God. Like, it's like, sir, come on now. Okay. And what does that have to do with what you're going through right now?
But me, I get dogged out all the way around. Nasty Nesto. I'm telling folks, man, I ain't dead, man, with these folks, man. Hold on, no.
What's your name, Nesto? What's your name, Nesto? You know what? You know what?
What?
It's funny that you said that. You just brought back some memories. So when you said that, when I told you, I think on a couple phone calls back, remember I told you, I said, you know what they call you right here? Yeah, you say what?
We're just going to bring that back in an indictment. Okay, yes, Your Honor, I can speak to that. We're just going to bring that back in an indictment.
Nasty Nestos, right? However I said it. So
he's hallucinating.
They don't took my voice.
I can speak to that. As to 23 CP 215-407, at our last hearing, the state did move to null process or to decline that particular case. We will just revive that case in an indictment.
What's your name, Nesto?
They call me Nasty Nesto.
Look at Nesto with the hair.
What's your name, Nesto?
They call me Nasty Nesto.
Do you see Nesto with his high hips and his wide behind? I don't know what Nesto been eating, but when he did that walk away, sir looks like he has some extra back there. Okay.
In that one room, I did.
They sure do okay.
Yes, some kind of way. Can't do without. So guess what?
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Did you get all the information you were looking for?
Yeah, I did. I'm good. Yeah, I got everything from you that I need.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I gotta. I think you should get your book. And they said they needed 2 days
Okay,
for the
so the
engraving,
Bible, his
and that
Bible.
date couldn't go on there. I meant to tell you that, but everything else was cool. But the date wouldn't go on there. But everything else, yeah. So
He got that big old bubble butt. You could see it if his butt looked like that, and he's wearing 2 jumpsuits. He got like about 20 pounds of cake back there, and I'm sure he probably needs to wear 3 suits. If we can see that butt like that, well, maybe because he had on his chain, his shackles. He had the shackles around his waist. He got about 22 pounds of cake back there.
I'll keep trying to track it and figure it out so you know what's what.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, because that
It probably looks like, have you guys seen the picture of Portia and Lambo? How Portia's like 13 pounds and Lambo's like damn 40. I don't know if he's 40 yet, but he might be a cool 35. And someone said, Portia got a big boyfriend. oh, big wide hip Nesto and his little puny girlfriend, Sonya.
that right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Need that.
Need that. Need that. Thank you very much. I can't. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah. Gym
Yeah, we
time.
need a choke warning because I just about knocked out choking on my my crisp apple slice laughing. How am I supposed to explain what happened to 911 or the paramedics? Because you were listening to a podcast and it was funny.
Time for the gym.
I know.
Lambo has no swag. Let me tell you, when they are sitting there and he tries to cozy up to Portia, he literally like puts her face in his mouth. Like he will like lick her real aggressively. And she just looks at me like, where did you get him from? Like he's not suave at all. Okay. He just gives goofy, but he's learning, he's trying. He loves her so much. Oh God, those
No,
two are
right? Oh
funny.
my gosh. And I was looking at my thighs. I was looking at my thighs like,
What
and you know, I be
thighs?
complaining about them all the time and did a little bit of something, but didn't really like commit to it. But I was like, man, I gotta hurry up because summertime's gonna be here.
Yeah.
I love when people say, "Oh, I got to get summertime." What are you gonna do, Sonya? You stay in the house. You don't like pools. What are you gonna do? You want to wear your little shorts? You were wearing those anyway, even in the wintertime. So what is the thigh emergency? Okay, why is there a thigh emergency going on in your head when you don't go to pools? You wear shorts anyway. And you weigh 90 pounds, ma'am. You might want to sit at a table and eat. If you want to gain some thigh meat, sis, you got to eat. Thigh meat doesn't just come from like going to the gym. It just doesn't. You can't build on what you don't have, which is you need some fat, you need some meat. The poom poom shorts, yes.
You a lot.
But for Sonya, they're actually poo poo shorts.
Oh.
Yeah, it's cold.
She doesn't have any poom poom.
When is President's Day? Whatever.
I don't know holidays.
It's some kind of holiday Monday. Something going on Monday. President's Day or something. So
President's Day. It's February. It's President's Day.
What wheelers you gonna get?
Did I find out who the what?
You decided which one of four wheelers you gonna get. You said you're gonna go and push the button on your 4-wheeler.
Oh, I don't know.
She was just talking.
You know, I don't know.
She was just talking. You know, she
I
don't.
don't know. We gotta see how everything play out. You know, I be having all
She don't have money.
dreams once. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta see how everything play out and see what happens and where everything gonna be.
Sometimes things gotta. Every day is a change. Every day is a change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, right now we just got to focus on getting you straight. That's it.
Yeah. So I can get out and talk because I can't talk.
I know, right?
Ebonics every day. Yeah, no, uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right, and that's the killing part.
He is complaining about somebody speaking Ebonics every day. I know he wasn't just complaining about how people talk. Was Nesto just complaining about how people talk? I'm trying to figure out, like, excuse me? When you say things like promina and frangru and what does he say? Sociable? No, not sociable. What was the one he said the other day about a it was like something social something. Do you guys remember? All mind boggling, pasta rossi. I mean, shall we go on? Seasonable. Oh my God. Worser is unfortunately part of the culture pattern. Okay. Stagnated rather than saying staggered. Okay. Psychopedia. How about Creepy Yoki? That's my favorite. Creepy Yoki is my favorite. Singlical. Woo! That part. The killing part. Think capacity. Ooh. Oh my God. Kasha Sasha. Kosha Smusha. Oh my God, that's funny. Hold on a second. Fran, I almost sent you a list of words that was right up Nesto's lingo. Words were spelled all wrong. Passerossi, Bond, Turney. Did you find apartment? Oh, was it guacamole? Nana Prasa. It was Nana Prasa. They got to find the tooth. Documents. Alpha David. You guys, stagnated charges. Creepy Yoki is the best. My strange wife. Ah. Ah. Oh God. There's so many. Booty salon. 41 okay. Ah. Let me give you another example. Wait, we about to get real nasty with it. Okay. Wait. Okay, wait. How does he say that? Do I have it on here? I know I have something I put on here recently. Hold on. Let me play this real quick because this was funny. We're about to get real nasty with it. Hold, let me see. It's gonna play. With it. They put me on TV talking about, oh, we're gonna have all these people gonna come real nasty with it. They're real nasty with it. Let's get real nasty with it. Oh, Nesto, my God. Okay. Let's start back again. Absolutely. Okay. Officially a charge. They did officially a charge. Sausage for cereal. Exactly. Let me give you a sample. Exactly. Oh God. Two things and two things for Fanny. Oh God. That don't make no sense. Let me explain something. Oh, oh God. Oh God, that's funny. Yeah, I can read that. Yes. No, you read to me. Mm. Terracious. It's ferocious. Yes, ferocious. He said 10 toes up. Pattern is funny. Pattern is a good one. Bingo. Bingo, 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 bingo. Oh man. You guys are funny. Okay. Let me go back to over. Where were we? We were right here. Okay, hold on. Oh my God.
I told you that one girl said that because I always say me, you, and Kevin on the phone, even though Kevin ain't on the case no more. But I always say me, you, and Kevin on the phone. I don't never hear anybody but them two on the phone. What is she talking about?
Who's she talking about?
I
Who
was
says
like,
that? It's not shady. Who says that? I don't understand who didn't know. I mean, Kevin is the prosecutor, so maybe some people didn't know the reference, and that's not like a big deal. That's not like, okay, whatever. But of course, Sonya thinks if you weren't boots in the clouds or boots on the ground from day one, and also you're not her puppet out here on the YouTube streets, you don't know what you're talking about. But sis better be quiet. Let's see. You already say Fran Drew. Yes. Girl, we are in a Fran Drew right now. Today's episode is stick a fork and it's done. That don't got nothing to do with me. That don't make no sense. Straight bone chemistry. Ooh, that's straight bone. You know what that means? That's straight bone. Straight bone. That's so nasty. That's your rock hard man member. You know what I'm saying? That's what I take that as. When he says straight bone chemistry, that means you getting it with the stiffness. Okay. You getting all the mucus, the green waters. Shame, Lamont said, yeah, was making a mockery of him. I look, fingernails, the fangles. Stop your fangles. Okay. He sounds like Lil Jon. My laugh is contagious. You guys are so sweet. Exactly. Wait, what was that one say? She got promoted off of me. What is it? Sharada? Karada? What was that? She got promoted conversation. It met your conversation. You guys are just with the shits today. I see you in your little jumpsuit. I see you in your jumpsuit. Okay. With your party hair. It matched your conversation. You Oh man. Nobody's gonna watch my episode today. Nobody's gonna watch it. Okay, let's get back on track, y'all. This is the inside joke hour. Okay. Um a mess. This is a mess. Today's show is officially a mess. Okay.
Oh my God, you're slow. You're so slow.
Slow.
I'm like, whatever.
Okay, it's okay, man. You know, life.
But that's what it be. It be people that's half invested or half understand.
Oh, not the 8 out edges. That's a
strong
mess.
opinion about something, which is crazy. You haven't been following the situation since July of 22 or even March of 23, but you got all the answers. You got all of this. You got all of that.
Who is she talking about? Who didn't know Kevin Majeski was or get the reference? I mean, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter, but at the end of the day, Kevin Majeski is the prosecutor, and when she says it's the three of us on the phone, she's just being facetious. I'm sure everybody knows that by now. Anyway, okay, you guys, okay, smart. Yes, she's so stupid. Okay, y'all, my God.
You know so much, and all of these bloggers that are talking all the mess, they've only been on since September.
That's not true. That's not true. And I'm not going to qualify nor quantify that fact with her. She got some of her information from me. She was commenting on my channel back in damn July. Okay? Period. And like I said, if your friend, the blog, like, let me just stop it, God. She's so petty. She brings out like a petty quality in me. I'm still laughing at when you said Ponytail looked like a stick of chewing gum. I'm still laughing when you said Ponytail looked like a stick of chewing gum when she turned to the side after one of her visits. Oh God. Oh Jesus. Thank you, RJ. RJ, our good friend. Thank you, RJ. Oh Jesus. Channy Chan, the Duchess. I heard my happiness got you mad, huh? Shar Watson, and who else got it? Everybody can get it, right? I missed one. Let me see. That was funny. Okay. Moving in silence. Okay, moving in silence. Okay. Moving in silence got one. The Duchess, Shar Watson, 1, 2, 3, and Channy Chan. Okay. All right, guys. RJ gifted some friends. Thank you so much, RJ, for gifting our friends. And I appreciate you so much. Okay. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Y'all, I was not ready for this today. They got to let me go because they know I ain't into that. Kids and that is, they got to let me go because they know I'm not into. I just love how Sonya's argument is you don't just start doing this type of stuff at 50 and 60 years old. Can you tell us about the Gilgo Beach murders? What's his name? Rex Heuermann? Rex Heuermann, yeah, he didn't just get into it at 60. It took for him to be 60 for his ass to get caught. Okay? Can we talk about that? He's 60 now and caught. He didn't just get into it when he was 60. He got caught. It finally caught up to him. Mr. Rex Heerman from Long Island. All the cars matches, the description matches, the trash telephones. What are you eating? Farrah, get him, please. Business. Girl, Lambo getting ready to go to jail. Hearsay means Georgia does hearsay. If you hear it, they gonna say you guilty. Okay, that's what hearsay is. Someone say it, and then they say you guilty. Hearsay guilty. Okay. All right, let's watch this. Let's stop. We are really cutting up on today. Okay. Hey Shebs. Hey Boo. Hey. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for your support and membership. Guys, there's a ton of stuff in the member category. So go check it out. All of you members coming through and all of the members who've been supporting all of you with gifted memberships. I so appreciate you guys. Let's finish this up because this was literally a 17-minute video and we're like an hour and 17 minutes in. We have been cutting up. But that's okay. That's okay. RJ, what you say? This is just what I needed leaving a difficult doctor's appointment. I'm much better now. I have laughed till I'm hurting all over. Well, you know what? Let's give RJ some Bougie Gang sprinkle. Okay. RJ, this is for you. Okay, just a little bit of Bougie Gang magic for you on the 2 times. And a little bit of to the difficult doctor's appointment. But you know what? It's behind you now. And knowledge is power. And whatever information you were given, hopefully it came with a excellent plan of strategy and implementation for you to get back to 100%. Okay. So we are wishing you all of the best, and we're so happy that that you're feeling at least your spirits are up. Okay. And we appreciate you so much. Okay. Thank you for dropping some coins on me, and we're showing some love to you. Okay, RJ. Thank you. Laughter is the best medicine. It definitely raises your spirits and makes you feel good. So thank you so much, RJ. Okay, guys, let's get into this. Let me go check the dockets real quick, and just to make sure, and I'll pull up the document that's in question because someone's trying to stretch out here and reach because they have to cover up some bad information they dropped on the YouTube streets a week or 2 ago. And they may have just failed a blabbermouth test, but that's not my fault.
Because, when it hit the radio, you get me? Yeah. That's when a lot of people start, really because of the radio situation. And that was September. So you still got people that's just like, you don't know from conversations to everything, you still wouldn't be able to.
Look, there's people who started working on this story like a week or so ago. At the end of the day, Sonya and her friend can discount everybody for not being boots on the ground, or you just started doing this yesterday. It doesn't matter. You don't set the content. If you want to, hold on a second. If they want to sit around and try to diminish what other people are doing, just understand why people are coming to diminish what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, if you think that someone's not valid because they weren't all up into this story from day one, like at the end of the day, there are people who've been in here since day one, and guess what? She still finds something to talk about. So it doesn't even matter. Okay? It doesn't even matter. There's people that only just look, I'm not even going to say it. Let me be quiet. Let me just stop. Okay.
Oh, anything because we don't have straight conversations on the phone.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be different pieces. You twist it, So it's like, wow, you can't even follow what's going on. You could never.
Girl, shut up. It's like, girl, shut up.
Anything we did was ever wrong, but it's just everybody don't need to be.
Sis, why don't you talk about when you met him and went back to and he told you to unclothe yourself. I'm gonna say it like that, and then you said you waited till the next. You want him to take you out for a date first? Like, come on now. Come on, stop it.
Everybody's business.
Because, boy, if I can get listened to the whole world conversation, I'll probably go crazy.
I could listen to the whole world conversation.
You can listen to somebody talking and you still wouldn't understand unless you're in their life
to somebody else
and
talking.
know them,
you're still not going to understand what they're talking about.
Mean. That's just the thing of it. So when you got somebody that's coming in, and again, like I said, it's only maybe 50 phone calls that's released. Maybe 60 or something like that. It's five.
She said there's only 50 or 60 phone calls released. She's got to be out of her mind. She's got to be out of her mind. There's only 50 or 60 phone calls released. That's what she said back in February. Okay. Why does she lie so? Like, what is the point in telling these lies? Like, because he can't see them? Why would you even tell him that? Why would you even tell him that? Like, what's the importance of telling him something that's not even true? She's ridiculous.
Over 500 phone calls. And y'all only heard less than a quarter of them. But y'all trying to figure out.
Well, shit, it's probably about 1,000 of them mugs now. I mean, it's not even, forget about the 500-600 reference. There's got to be well over 1,000, period. There's got to be. He's been in the damn jail now almost 700 days, if it's not almost 700 days. Next month, he will be in jail a year. He got to Cobb County at the end of September. So he's coming up on, as far as Cobb County is concerned, he's coming up on over 20 months in Cobb County alone, right? So that being said, 20 times, let's just say average month, 30 days. So you're coming up on 600 days in Cobb County, and that Negro is on the phone all damn day. There's a shitload of calls. It's well over 1,000 now. You got to be kidding.
No.
Did they leak
and
that
then she.
Did they leak that phone call out when me and her was talking about when they had
they leaked that call when they're talking about.
Did they?
Yeah, they leaked that one.
Okay. Did they? Okay, so that's the one. That's the one that the police said, "Oh, tell him we got all his crew." Is that phone call?
That's the phone call.
Do you guys remember him saying that? Do you remember hearing something like that? Tell him we got all his crew. They said that to Shirley. We need to go back to listen to that. Is that he's talking about a call with Shirley when Natalie Fields said, "Tell him we got his whole crew." Yeah, I don't recall Shirley saying anything like that. Maybe she meant we've got all his sex toys. Is that what she was saying? Thank you to Miss Diva. Thank you, sis. I appreciate you supporting. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It must have been AI.
Oh, when she was talking about how they rolled up on her after she left the beauty shop and they came and got her out the car.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oops, not you with a crew.
Huh? What?
I said, oops, not you with a crew.
That's not what I'm trying to say. Where is
I'm just saying,
crew?
right. That's what I'm, right, exactly. I'm like, not you with a crew. I ain't never heard or seen of anyone.
Okay. I just
Mm-hmm.
want to hear that part. That's all.
Right. I never known or heard or seen, but I'm like, okay.
Oh, thank
Crew.
you. I just want to hear that part. Okay.
Well, they've been lying since day one. That's just what it
Because
is.
they've been lying.
That's just,
I feel like you see how her energy has kind of gone down a little bit in this call. It's like, sis, did the pills or the alcohol just kick in? Like, which one is it?
what it is. And sometimes what they do is they'll say things try to trigger. Remember, you want to ride back with us, trying to see if they can sit there and trigger somebody to say something or anything.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Nothing to talk about.
Absolutely.
So, you've been listening for 19 months, still ain't heard anything because it ain't nothing to hear.
Exactly.
Nothing
Exactly.
to hear at all whatsoever.
Wow.
They just figure you was a good.
They just figured you was a
target
good
because you got a background. And
you
they
got
always think anybody with a background is the easy.
I could just so see her. She's got to be sipping on something brown. I don't know what she's drinking, but they just thought you was a good target. Okay.
Target. Because they're going to keep trying to throw that out there and discredit you for being anything but what your background is saying. Because that's the thing they just keep ratting on. It's the background. I got a heavy ass background.
I got a heavy ass background. It was heavy, but I got a heavy background.
From my 20s, but I'm nothing like that today, nor do I move like that or would move. I didn't move like that in my 30s or my 40s.
You were on probation. You couldn't. Like, why bother to say something that's not true? You couldn't. You could not. You had a kid that had to go without a mother because your ass was in jail. Let's not forget that this lady was out here doing the most and had to drop her child off with who knows who while she went to do a bid at the women's correctional facility. Hello, do we like hello? Yes, her. She had to drop her kid off so she could go do a bid because she was out here doing the most. And this is the same child that, thank God, made it through a gunshot battle. Okay, in the house when Sonya got her tummy got riddled with bullets. Okay, Sydney had to deal with a shoot 'em up bang bang in the house. Her aunts, uncles, murder, all kinds of things happening in the house. And then, if that wasn't bad enough, mom turned around, got herself into some more trouble, and had to go to the women's penitentiary. Okay? Put her down somewhere, go let her be with whomever, family, until she could get herself out of jail. This is who's speaking up right now. Okay? I just want to make sure we paint this picture because ma'am tries to act like she's mother of the damn year. You had most people will never have their child be up under bullets of a shootout. And furthermore, most people who are parents will never have to drop their kid off with a family member to watch their kid when they go do a prison sentence, okay? And then come back and be on probation. Okay.
So they can sit there and say something, but anybody can be astray in a period of their life and go right back and be right.
Wait, remember when he said he needed a lawsuit lawyer?
So they try to only thing that's pattern is when it's abuse, when it's an abusive person.
Why is she playing in Nesto's face talking about a pattern? What would make you use pattern when you know pattern is wrong? It's the making fun of Nesto for me that you know better that it's a pattern. It's a pattern. But you're sitting up here saying pattern. That's about like Dre saying, what Nesto, what you say? What you say, Nesto?
And that's always violent for somebody that's a sexual predator. And that usually starts within their teens and 20s. And, you know what I'm saying? And it grows from that. People don't wait till they get 60 and then start doing violence. Start doing, you know, certain things when they get this old in life.
Yeah,
Those things are
exactly.
within you. That's just your makeup.
Exactly.
People don't just stumble across and become violent out of nowhere.
Exactly.
It's a pattern.
It's a
you know?
pattern.
That one girl was like, "Oh, you got everywhere." I could get that same case sitting in the car. Somebody go in and rob a place, and I can get that same charge from sitting in the car. So understand how convictions and law actually work. I can get a murder charge and not have killed anybody and get convicted of murder. You just on the outside, you know, reading something and thinking this is what it means. No, it doesn't. Unless you investigate the case and how everything was played out, if it was a plea, if it was actual evidence to this, or they just scared a person into taking it, you don't understand. Because I even look at when people have convictions, I'd be like, okay, so what kind of conviction was it? You know, I still question it because I know people get scared into it. They get scared into making false confessions, you know, and then sometimes it just be a complete lie because, especially when it's a black on black situation, police don't care about finding the actual person who did it. They just want somebody. So they'll just grab a black person in the crowd and be like, you here, yeah, confess to this. The little boy, he used to have to be outside. And they grabbed him and said, you confess and we'll send you home. He was 16. He didn't know. So he sat there and confessed.
Most kids know not to lie. And I don't care if the police or someone tells you to say something that's not true. Most kids will sit there and be like, but that's not true. That didn't happen. I want you to call my parents. Sometimes it has happened where you have someone who has a diminished or, you know, mental capacity, somebody who might be a little slow. And yes, there have been police officers to take advantage of someone who did not know better. They were, you know, they were operating kind of like they might have been 16, but they may have had the mind of a 9 or 10-year-old, or, you know, like a little slow. And we know that happens. We've seen it happen. We know it happens, and we know it has happened. But you can't just make it seem like it's just the average 16-year-old is copping to things that they did not do. Everybody is not falling for the okie doke. There are some people out here falling for the okie doke, unfortunately. And we know that those, you know, that hopefully that is happening less and less. But I mean, Sonya takes some of the most egregious acts and makes it like a whole blanket that everybody in the black community is dumb and stupid and slow and falls for the okie doke. That is not true. That is not true. Most people, I think, today have educated their kids to not take raps for nothing or nobody, period. I don't even understand. And let's just say this whole scenario she talked about, what does that have to do with a grown ass man of 60 years old? And yes, we do know that there's problems with police. If you were watching Karen Reed this past week, there's obviously problems with the police, because even on some white on white investigations, these guys on some police matters where you have a police officer who's now dead, and there might have been too much alcohol, too much whatever going on, and the girlfriend that wasn't a wife, and all of the people who were at the party, they fall out with each other. Everybody has been drinking and whatever. And I don't know if they just decided they were going to blame it on Karen. It was Karen's fault, or they did it. I guess we're going to find out. But at the end of the day, one of the investigating officers, the lead state police officer who was doing some investigations into the matter, because they are from a small town, everybody knows everybody, everybody went to school with everybody knows everybody's brother, sister, cousin, whomever. There were inappropriate text messages, and there was also some mixed use of personal phones, work phones. So homie, the damn stupid officer who was doing too much in his own personal phone, got his phone pulled into the investigation. And here goes him calling people retarded, talking about her lawyers, talking about he hates her lawyer, calling the person, the girlfriend who is now the defendant in the case, calling her retarded, talking about her legal team, texting supervisors and superior officers that he's in the process of checking her phone and seeing if he could find any nude pictures in her phone, all kinds of nonsense and shenanigans. His sister's messaging him, oh, okay, so and so I just talked to. So he texts his sister and says, ooh, so and so just passed away. So and so's dead. It looks suspicious. She texts him back talking about, I just talked to his sister and she says she's going to buy you a gift when this is all over. Now, it could have meant nothing. It could have meant a bribe. Who knows? But at the end of the day, like, this is a very small community that these people live in, and it was a lot of inappropriate crossover. So we know that this happens. We've seen it happen racially. The attorney for the accused, Karen Reed, she basically he brought up the point that if you think she's retarded and you don't like her lawyer and this, that, and the third, that can create bias, right? Bias doesn't just have to, it doesn't have to just be racially facing. It could just be, I don't like that bitch, right? So I'm already gonna think she's guilty, or just on some, it was a police officer that died. We don't know what happened, but we want to get a result. And she just happens to be the person that's going to be in the way. She's the best person to get because maybe there was some negligence due to the homeowners, nobody noticing that somebody was outside freezing. Okay. However, it went down. We know that there are problems. There's cases going on right now where there's problems with law enforcement, but that is not the case with Nesto. Okay. That's not the case with Nesto. Nesto's got problems because Nesto got problems. Sonya is trying to pull and watch moving forward, because you know Sonya is probably somewhere in the bushes right now. Sonya learns everything she wants to learn from here and everywhere else on the YouTube streets. Watch her bring up Karen Reed. Watch her bring it up because she don't know anything about it right now. But watch her bring it up. Sonya, I dare you to not bring it up because I already know you're gonna bring it up. I dare you to not.
But he didn't do it. And he's like, can I go home? And I was like, no, click, you going to jail. And he didn't even do it. But you told me if I confessed that I could, and it was like, yeah, but you're going to jail now. And just, what I'm saying, because they don't care. And the only time they really want to really solve a case is when it's a white person that's a victim. That's when they care that it's an actual, let's do it. But when it's a black, like that whole black family that died and stuff, they just grabbed anybody and was like, boom, because they didn't care who got it, about really solving the crime. They didn't care.
I got another question. Did they play the phone call when she said, I don't believe nothing no folks said they say you did? Did you hear that?
I didn't hear that one.
Of course not, because
I didn't hear that one. But remember, you got to understand, they pick and choose the calls that they want to put out there. And usually when it's not beneficiary to the narrative they're trying to
beneficiary
do, they're not going to play it. Like, it's a lot of times when me and you was talking when I was going out. Remember when I was on a date now and I was going out, I was coming back telling you how the date went. They didn't play any of those.
So nothing. So when it was beneficial, so her dating is beneficial to him. Sonya, what you don't seem to understand is no one cares about you dating. The fact of the matter is that whether the marriage was fraudulent or not, during the fraudulent marriage where Shirley thought she was married and Nesto was being a bigamist, he was piping you down amongst other women. He had a relationship with a lady named Erica King, whether it was sexual or not, we don't know. And I don't even care. I'm going to be honest with you. He had relationships with a multitude of women that he used for a multitude of reasons. You going out on some dates was, is, and future tense will be irrelevant. Nobody cares what you're doing, Sonya. No one cares about you. Is that clear? You going on a fucking date? Nobody cares. He fucked you. He He was messing with you. He was talking to you, and he shouldn't have been. Whether you were going out on a date doesn't change that. It doesn't change that. It doesn't make people not think of you as a side chick. Okay?
None of that me going out on date calls.
Nobody
None
cares.
Of that. They didn't play none of those.
It's not about you. It's about Nesto. It's about Nesto. He piped you. He cheated on the strawberry letter lady. That's the problem. Nobody cares what you were doing. Hopefully you understand that now. You going on a date is not relevant. Nobody cares. Surely going on a date would be more relevant than you going on a date.
You don't hear me talking to you about any of my dates. None of that stuff. The dating app, the one dude, the New York dude from next door coming over. You know,
nobody cares. Nobody cares.
They don't play though,
because nobody cares,
and
nobody cares.
Oh, it's them type of. You know what I'm saying? Because if you play certain things, it's gonna kill the narrative. Yeah.
The narrative is he fucked you.
What they play. That's what I said. It's over 500 calls. Right. It's over 500 calls, and it's like y'all ain't played none of that stuff. None of that. But they're going with this what sounds juicy, so they keep overplaying a flirtatious conversation. Or they don't play all of that, you know. Anything that makes it sound like it's something going on. But all of that stuff when I was in Miami, you know what I'm saying? All of that, no, they didn't play none of them calls.
Because nobody cares.
You don't hear me talking about none of my dates.
Yeah, nobody cares.
None of my dates.
Nobody cares.
No.
It wasn't relevant.
Wow.
Yeah.
None of that stuff. They didn't play none. they you know, trying to keep a narrative going. So, and I'm like, that's why I was like, y'all dumb, because they ain't even playing it. Like, y'all just, but it's okay, you know, keep thinking what y'all thinking.
Wow.
It don't matter, you know. It don't matter because we don't know these people. They don't affect our lives. They didn't before in the first 60 years. So why would it matter in the last 40 years or 50 more years? You know what I'm saying? These are people we'll never run into, we'll never need. So, and you can't change their mind, you know, nor should we care if they do change their mind. You know, keep hating, keep thinking what you want to think. They dropped the charges and they got mad. Like it was some type of negotiation or plea. And it wasn't that. And I was like, y'all sound dumb. It wasn't like they said plea to this and we'll drop that. That wasn't the case. It was a straight dismissal, drop of charges. So what are you talking about?
That's what these people think.
Yeah. They're trying to act like it was some negotiation where, you know, you pleaded this, so they dropped that. No, like you really did that, but they're not going to charge you with that. They're going to just keep going with this and say this. And I'm like, that's not you have.
I just love how he thinks when they know pros the CP that he actually got the charges dismissed. I love how he said that he thought that it was a straight up dismissal. I just love that that's what he thought because we know that that's not the case.
And they got mad. Like it was some type of negotiation.
Who got mad that it was a negotiation? See, the blogger was out here. I don't know what, you know, she said that the blogger has said that she talks to Sonya like every day, right? So they sit and don't have nothing to talk about because when no one's talking about them, what do you have to talk about, right? That's why I'm like, you know what? Like, this is too easy, right? These people have nothing. There's no real friendship. It's a trauma bond. They trauma bonded off of Nesto. So if nobody's talking about them talking about Nesto, then that leaves them with nothing to talk about, right? So at the end of the day, who in the world was mad and thought, like, some people, look, if there are people out here who are subscribers or watchers, whatever it is, who are trying to figure out what's going on and trying to figure, like, are there some backroom negotiations happening? And is this, that, and the third happening? Well, clearly We heard this week in Fulton County, we talked about this earlier, that there was a judge who was in chambers with a witness who was sworn in and the prosecutor, and that was inappropriate at that moment, and that all parties should have been involved. That means the prosecution, the defense attorneys, and the person that they were questioning, right? Then, if that wasn't bad enough, someone from that circle who was in that meeting, that's a leak. Someone leaked it to Brian Steele, who got fussed out by the judge and is now being held in contempt of court because he knew something he wasn't supposed to know, even though he tried to argue with the judge that the fact of the matter is that I was supposed to be there. That's against the rules. But according to the judge, well, okay, but that's not what we're talking about right now. What I want to know is who told you. Forget about that I broke a rule. I want to know who told you I broke the rule, right? Here comes Ashley Merchant, the one that we know from the motion to quash. Okay. Was that the motion to quash? Maybe it was the motion to quash. It was the motion to take Fonnie off the case. The inappropriate relationship between Nate and Fonnie, right? And argued that. So here comes Ashley Merchant, that whole thing. This is my point. At the end of the day, we know that there are sidebar backroom conversations going on. We just got privy to one this week. It came out and we don't know why it happened. We know it happened. And it's being dealt with publicly, right? If there's just stuff we're just not, this is my point. There's just stuff we're not going to know. And is it right that it happens? No. Is it always wrong that it happened? Maybe not. I don't know. But my thing is what we do know is what happens in the docket, right? And I think these two like to sit around and either create reasons. I'm back on Sonya and her blogger friend. They like to be hurt feelings and come up with reasons why they think people either don't like them or talking about them or things didn't go their way or let's create some sort of narrative or whatever. Me personally, I don't spend any time trying to figure out what people whose opinions I don't care anything about, how they came up with it. Does that make sense? Me personally, I'm going to say it one more time. I don't sit around and think about anything that someone said of an opinion that I don't respect. Also, I said it another way. Okay. Somebody has something to say. I don't necessarily believe or respect their opinions. I'm not sitting around wasting a millisecond of my life trying to figure it out. And that's on period. This chick is over here trying to come up with something for nothing. Nobody was mad about Nesto's charge not being dismissed or Nesto's charge being dismissed for CP. At the end of the day, y'all never saw any of these pictures. What we know is that they said they found something in the computer. We have to trust law enforcement that if they saw something, they're going to charge him appropriately. Nobody wants to see someone just charged because you don't like somebody. That's what I hope, right? Nesto, at the end of the day, if there's something in his computer and he needed to be charged for it, he was. You know what I'm saying? When it appeared that he might be dismissed or they no prossed it, and she said it was going to come back in an indictment, we didn't know when the indictment was coming back, but guess what? That indictment did the indictment come back? The indictment hadn't came back yet, but they refreshed those charges. They sure did. Right? Justice will be done. If they had a whole entire year to bring a case against this guy and no prossed it and then turned around and brought it right back, there has to be something that they are investigating to be able to bring back an indictment. Okay. And the fact that she thought that people were mad, I don't know who was mad out here, but sometimes I feel like when people say mad, maybe they just mean like they're hating or they were like whatever. Ain't nobody mad about Nesto not getting a charge. That they came back with the damn whole entire damn RICO. Okay. So yes, the CP, if the CP is valid, Nesto gonna have some CP valid charges. It's better for law enforcement and the district attorney to bring a solid case based on facts and true evidence that they're able to find versus some sort of bogus ass case and waste people's time. And then he could potentially get exonerated and then you can't bring anything back because of double jeopardy. If you fuck up a case and someone actually goes through the process and he is found not guilty, and then all of a sudden you get the treasure trove of evidence, guess what? You got a pervert out here that doesn't get to get what? An actual trial because you bought the wrong evidence, a premature trial, and bad evidence that could not convict the person. And if it's not a mistrial and it actually becomes a not guilty, guess what you have? Somebody who you know just got away with a crime. So it's better for them to drag their feet and have the appropriate evidence and do what they got to do until they have everything they need to get a guilty. Okay, get a prosecution. That's what they're doing. Girl, I don't even want to comment on it because I don't want those people coming for me. I'm not saying a word because I don't need those type of problems, but it's I'm gonna just say we all saw it the other day. It's because nobody wants that type of problem. People who like to go run downtown and file lawsuits and things like that are people I try to avoid. I don't deal with those. I don't deal with all that.
We'll never need. So, and you can't change your mind, nor should we care if they do change their mind. Keep hating, keep thinking what you want to
Ain't
think.
nobody on y'all. He needs to stop hating.
They dropped the charges and they got mad.
Okay, I'm pulling up the
negotiation or
motion to withdraw.
And it wasn't that. And I was like, y'all sound dumb. It wasn't like they said pleaded us and we'll drop that. That wasn't the case. It was.
I love how someone dumb tells people they're acting dumb.
So what are you talking about?
That's what these people think.
Yeah. They're trying to act like it was some negotiation where, you pleaded this, so they dropped that. No, like you really did that, but they're not going to charge you with that. They're going to just keep going with this being paid. And I'm like, that's not.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Since you did, I'm just going to wait until this, whatever happens on the 23rd. And then, but yeah, it was like, they're so stupid.
Man, I just can't believe people really think like that.
But again, they're not. They're not. They just want to think the worst, and they're half invested, and whatever the bloggers are saying is what they're running with. That's it. They're not. You got a lot of people that's not independent thinkers. A lot of people. You'd be shocked at what come out of people's mouths. A lot of people that are not independent thinkers. And again, like I keep saying, it's over 500 phone calls, and y'all running with these 50.
Wow.
So it's like coming in the movie an hour late and you're being able to tell me what the movie was about. But you came an hour late.
Hour late or sleeping in the movie and come out. It's time.
But you know what? At the end of the day, someone coming in an hour late, they may sit and watch the movie all over. Like it's just the trying to control the media for me. It doesn't what do you care if the New York Times covers this story tomorrow? Or New York Times, Chicago Tribune, Atlanta Journal-Constitution, damn whatever, the girl who covered it on the news story the other day, and Mark Winnie interviewed Fani and they put that little piece of his interview in with the other girl. At the end of the day, so you are discrediting the news channel for not being on the story back when Tim Lupo and Natalie were asking for the news channels to ask for additional criminals because they didn't cover it every day like a blogger. They're not valid because a blogger came in 2 months later or 10 minutes ago. They're not valid. Like, Sonya is stupid. She sounds dumb.
And then you're going to come back and tell somebody what the movie was about. You can't tell me. You came an hour late. You don't even know what the first hour was about. I love you. Call me tomorrow.
Okay. I love you too.
Yeah, they won't even know.
Thank you for using Global Tellink.
Oh,
Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and turn
Jesus, help
notifications
us.
on so you don't miss the next one.
Okay. All right. Let's get to this. You guys had a lot of questions. This whole live, I can't even tell you what happened. I'm just like, we talked about everything. Okay. I'm going through this multi-motion. Now there doesn't seem to be like there was a notice of entry. I don't see it, but I could be missing it for some reason. But there was a motion to withdraw. All right. Did I save this already? Give me just a second. Is it this one? Let's see. All right, that's the witness list. Forget about that one. Okay, that one. All right. Okay, I'm pulling up the docket too. Just give me a second. I don't know what this has to do with anything. Like I'm like, we've looked at all of this before. I feel like when I told you guys that Kristen was her new lawyer, but it's just we talked about all of this already. I feel like I know we did. I just don't know what is being talked about, but this was filed 2 days ago. There was only one so when the judge files a response to a motion, wouldn't it stand to reason that there would be a motion? Does that make sense? I just want to make sure, like, sometimes, like, I'm not a lawyer, and I'm assuming some of you guys are not lawyers. I don't know if Janetta's still here or not. If Janetta's here, maybe Janetta might want to come up and talk about this. But if the judge is responding to a motion, that's because a motion was filed, right? So there was a motion that was filed. Let me show you guys. Okay, let me show you guys this real quick. We'll get to Dion's call. You guys never like the Dion calls anyway, so you guys love some receipts. That's all it is. Just say, Fran, can we do receipts today? Fran, hey Fran, can we do receipts? Because we like to look at the receipts. Okay. I don't have a problem doing receipts. Okay. So let's go back to April 23rd. Thanks for making work fun. Oh, no problem, Candy Jones. Okay. No problem, boo. Okay. Bingo. Okay. All right. This is the day the indictment happened. Let me make this as big as I can. Hi, 828 of you. Make sure, take a minute, look at your phone. Make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you're subscribed and your notifications are set. Okay. All right. This is the day the indictment happened, right? 423. Okay. There was a motion to withdraw. Who filed the motion to withdraw? Jesus. Jesus. Who filed it? Can someone for the win? Who filed the motion to withdraw? It was the good sis Bianca Calloway. Okay. Let me find it. Hold on. Maybe it's this one. I've already purchased them, so when I click on those, it's only going to show you but so much. Okay, we've talked about this, right? I talked to you guys. I showed you guys this last week, or 2 weeks ago, even. Whenever this happened, we talked about it. Thank you, Candy. Thank you, Boo. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, let's look at this. All right, this is what's called what? This is a certified copy too. That means that I got it from Boots in the Cloud. Okay, this is a certified copy that came to who? To me, because I did what? I paid for it. Okay. You can get uncertified copies and you get certified copies. Is there a reason why to get certified over not certified? For the most part, I do get mostly certified copies because sometimes there could be, I've heard of bogus copies out there in the world. I don't deal with that problem because I buy directly from Fulton County courthouse, but you can go on, there's another Georgia website where you can get good copies, obviously. It's the Georgia site, the state site versus the Fulton County site. They're just not certified copies. I don't need certified copies, but I like certified copies. Okay. So there's no, as long as it's got a stamp on it, it should be valid. But you never know. But I always go to one of those two sites. I don't take anything from anywhere else. Okay. So this is what? This is a motion to withdraw as attorney of record. We talked about this when it was posted. What happened? Erica King, state of Georgia versus Erica King in the action that is the RICO 24SC001723. Motion to withdraw as attorney of record. Come now, undersigned counsel, and files this motion to withdraw as attorney of record in the above and style case. On or about August 19th, 2022, 2022, defendant hired undersigned counsel to represent her for a motion and bond complaint as follows, right? I'm not going to read the whole thing because we've already done this. The bond hearing for both cases were held in October. The defendant was granted bond, et cetera, et cetera. On or about November 1st, 2022, undersigned counsel filed a motion to withdraw, which is accurate, but she never got a receipt back. She did file it. It's in the docket. She filed it. There was never an acknowledgement from the judge. Okay. Undersigned counsel. So she admitted Exhibit 1 and Exhibit 2. What is Exhibit 1 and Exhibit 2? The other times where she sent letters and it was not acknowledged. Undersigned counsel was informed by the client that she would be seeking representation from Fulton County. Why? Because sis is indigent. Okay. Public Defender's Office, the undersigned counsel gave notice to the defendant, Erica Hughley, of the attorney's intention to withdraw as attorney of record. And the same has been accomplished in the last 10 days prior to the submission of this pleading to the court for withdrawal. This request for withdrawal will not delay the trial or otherwise interrupt an orderly operation of the court, et cetera, et cetera. Erica King, blah, blah, blah. The undersigned attorney hereby notifies the defendant that she has the burden of keeping the court informed respective to her notices, pleadings, et cetera. The undersigned attorney hereby notifies the defendant that she has the obligation to prepare for trial, hire counsel, and prepare everything, right? Undersigned attorney notifies the defendant that if If he fails or refuses to meet the aforementioned burdens, the client may suffer adverse consequences, all of the things, right? Respectfully submitted, and we will see the name Bianca Calloway, okay? You see that? I don't want to show too much, okay? Bianca Calloway, okay? Um, and she exhibit 1 and 2 are in here also. I need to redact them before I put anything. I think most of these are business addresses, but I don't want to take that for granted. Give me just a second. And then yes, exhibit 1, exhibit 2. I'll pull up the video where we went through this already. We did all of this. And then she also sends a note specifically to Fonnie Willis. So here we go right here. Again, page 12. I certify that I have this day served a copy of the foregoing motion to withdraw upon opposing counsel. Okay. Period. Bianca Calloway. This is the only motion to withdraw. So in response to the motion to withdraw is this. State Superior Court, Judge Eric Dunaway, stamped in on 6/10. This is not a certified copy. I'm in the portal right now. I'm in Odyssey. Hopefully y'all can see this. Okay, yes. Okay. Order granting motion to withdraw. Now, he didn't say specifically Bianca Calloway, but there's no other motion to withdraw on the docket. So where would he get that from? Counsel for defendant having submitted a motion to withdraw. He didn't put the date. I mean, am I here to tell the judge how to do his job? No. Not my job to tell the judge how to do his job. But if you match it up with what makes sense, it would be attached to Bianca versus Kristen. I would think. Could Kristen leave the case? Possibly, but it's almost done. That's an easy layup for her. It's an easy win because it's already been negotiated. Sis is getting a plea deal. Why else would she be leaving? Okay. And it's an order granting the motion for withdrawal. Counsel for defendant having submitted a motion to withdraw as attorney of record for Erica Hughley and appearing for all requirements of Rule 413 of the Uniform Superior Court Rules of Georgia have been satisfied. The motion is hereby granted, so ordered on the 10th day of June. Just because this was filed doesn't mean that Kristen walked off. That's just not what that means. Let me show you this. Where was I? Okay, here. So the indictment 423, motion to withdraw 521, right? Motion to withdraw from attorney of record, right? Does that okay? And then the consolidated motions. These are the consolidated motions that were filed by who? Kristen Holloway. Let me pull that up. I got to pull it up because through my document finder, because when you pull it up through this, you only get like the first page and it's not the full copy. So this is the consolidated. Okay, so catch this. So on or about, so stamped in 521, on or about 521, enter this document to Judge Dunaway, entry of appearance pursuant to Rule 4.2 Uniform Court Rules, and undersigned hereby enters notice of appearance as counsel in the above styled criminal action. This is May 21st. So someone is entering the chat. Now, I haven't seen anyone say anything about this. I'm just explaining and talking about what I know. I did see this document from Eric Dunaway, Judge Eric Dunaway, and I assumed there could be some confusion, but I didn't know. I didn't know there would be. I didn't know that. I didn't feel like it was worth bubbling up the other day because I just didn't think it was worth bubbling up, but I didn't know that this would be a conversation. I'm gonna say it like that. So Kristen Howell entered in as the lawyer of record um on it. She was clocked in on 521, and I'll go all the way to the bottom. This is a summary motion. So she's got many different items on this one document. Okay. Kristen Howell right here. That's the new lawyer. That's the one that was sitting with Erica in the courtroom. Bianca bounced. Okay. Bianca was not going to get paid. Erica King said she was going to get a public defender, and that's what she did. Okay. But if you see the first order of business on here, number one is entry of appearance. Okay. And then on top of it, she and then she says that this is a consolidated motion and demands for discovery, notice of defendant's election to proceed under OCGA 1716-1, and then all of the things. So this whole entire document is like a laundry list of things and items and all of basically like this is basically what we want, what we need, requests, Brady motion. We talked about this like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. But this was her motion of entry. The only motion of withdrawal was posted by Bianca Calloway. This was the motion of entry. Since then, okay, let's go back here. So there's the indictment. Here's the motion to withdraw from Bianca Calloway. Here is the consolidated motions. There's a comment here, entry and entry motion and consolidated motions. Entry and consolidated motion. So entry is what? That is Kristen Howell entering into the case. Then there was a leave of absence. The leave of absence is a document that is posted to basically inform the court of when sis is going to be out of the office. It's not she's taking a leave of absence at this moment. It's just informing the court that from now on specific days, these could be days that she's already in court for other cases. This doesn't necessarily mean vacation. This could just be I'm out for different reasons, periods of leave. These are the periods of leave days. They could be any reason, right? They could be just something that's been on the calendar the whole entire year. These are dates to not schedule counsel for items, right? Unless opposing files a written objection within 10 days, then basically she's standing on business, okay? And the business is, this is her schedule. So we've seen this a lot. So notice of leave of absence does not mean she's gone, she's abandoning anything. This just means these are days I'm not available to be scheduled or expected to be in court for this matter. She might be in court on other matters, right? It could be she has trial for another case. Okay. All right. Let's go back to the docket. The docket is what's going on with the case, right? So now there's a plea and arraignment that happened on 5/29, right? That was at 9:30. That was the day that Pam and Mr. Dennis and the blogger got kicked out the courtroom. Okay. That was that day, 5/29. 5:30, the witness list got dropped, right? Are you guys still with me? Hit a like. If you haven't hit the like button yet, or the thumbs up, hit that. Even if Erica's attorney withdraws from the case, she can represent herself and accept the deal. But let's say Janetta, can you call in real quick? Do you have a minute? even if even if she did withdraw, so to your point, absolutely, she could pro se, right? Pro se means you're representing yourself. That's number one. Number two, if she withdrew and the judge is going to accept a motion to withdraw, he's not going to file a motion accepting if there's no motion to withdraw. The only motion to withdraw was Bianca Calloway. That's it. So, only thing we've seen is a motion of entry. We've seen her drop a consolidated motion. We've seen her give her schedule. We've seen this right here. This is what was questioned earlier today. Order allowing attorney to withdraw, and that was this document that I showed you guys right here. And I believe my thought is that that is to Bianca Calloway because that's the only one that has been filed in the last, I don't know, 21 days. And then we have what's next? So Judge Dunaway approves or acknowledges the attorney's leave from the case, the withdrawal from the case. We've got a date scheduled for June 24th. And it clearly states, it doesn't state the plea was rejected. What it says is clear as day, indictment 423, parties. So the parties are who? The plaintiff and the defendant requested a date to enter a plea, to enter plea. Okay? Parties. Who are the parties? The defendant and the prosecution requested a date to enter plea. And that was what date did they get? They got June 24th. June 24th at 9:30 in Eric Dunaway's court again, based on the indictment from 423 and the parties requesting a date to enter plea. And that was ADA Will Wooten and Kristen Howell, right? And to Janetta's point, even if her lawyer did leave, she could still accept the plea pro se. If her lawyer leaves, the deal doesn't go away. The deal is with the defendant, not with the lawyer. Okay? It's not with the lawyer, it's with the defendant. Okay? All right. Did that answer the questions for you guys? Anyone else? Like I said, I think that there was a blabbermouth test issued. There was a blabbermouth test issued, and someone took the test and failed. And I think that they are trying to find anything in the docket to make them not look like they done failed the blabbermouth test, or that you can't hold water. You can't hold water. You a blabbermouth. You love spreading tea and gossip, even though you say you don't. Okay? That's why I stick with the docket. That's why I stick with these videos. When I do a reaction, I am giving you sometimes some feedback based on my experiences, my thoughts, all of those things. But for the most part, we don't start making up stories. We go based on the story that has been presented to us, which is the video. The video, the article, whatever it is that we're using for the subject of this video at the moment, right? When you got to go sit around and make up stuff, it's not a good look. That's why I also go to the docket. I should check the docket are the facts of the case as we know it. Can the docket have mistakes? Of course, something could happen on the docket that's a mistake, but we're going based on what's on the docket. If something that was posted in error, or there was an error made on a document, most of the time I'm sure they're going to fix it and they're going to note it, right? But we're not just creating scenarios. If you stick with the docket, you're going to have the facts of the case as it is public to everyone. So there's no like surprises. Having inside information gets you what happened to Brian Steele. Where's Brian Steele going to be? He's going to be in Cobb County adult correctional facility for the next 10 weekends, allegedly, according to Judge Glanville, because he repeated some information that someone told him that he wasn't supposed to. Now, I'm not going to even debate what he found out, whether that was right or wrong, because the judge said that's not what we're talking about right now. I want to know who told you. So someone told him something and he repeated it back in open court, and Judge Glanville was mad because he had inside information. He wasn't even trying to talk about the fact that he should have been in the inside conversation to begin with. It was just the fact that he had it. Okay. So when you have information that nobody else has, guess what you don't have? A receipt. Well, thank you, name change 412. Look, I mean, I just use the docket. That's all I do. I use the docket, and if I do go somewhere else, you know what I do? I don't want to tell all my secrets, but you guys have seen me in action. I call. I will call Fulton County. I'll talk to a clerk. I don't know anybody there. It's whoever answers the phone. Or I will get on Clerk at, which is on the Fulton County website. I will chat live with the chat bot. And the chat bot, if they can't answer it, then they will direct me to someone else in the chat line, and they will answer my question. If it's not to my satisfaction, then I will call in. Okay. I use what's paid for by the taxpayers. I don't, you know what I mean? If somebody gives me some gossip, we'll talk about some gossip, but it's just know it's gossip. It's not going to have a receipt attached to it. But I'm also not going to bring you something that I don't think makes sense. Okay. Y'all, we went a long time today. We went all this time on a 17-minute video. Okay. It's this tad. Okay. And we're going to get out the house and enjoy some of this beautiful day. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day at work. We had a laugh. We talked some tea and some gossip. We reacted to a video. It was a whole entire mess. We did not get to talk about Dion's video, so we will have to come back. I'm going to have to fix this title because the title is all wrong. Let me see. What do we know though? This is what I'm going to say in closing from this video. You gotta detach to reattach, okay? That's what I'm gonna say. You got to detach to attach. All right. That's all I can say. You got to attach to reattach, Daddy. That's what I would say. That's good. So you can detach yourself, and then you reattach. I was like, Dion, what in the bad advice are you giving your already low functioning father? Um, you're welcome, Jackson Tabasco. Okay, guys, today's episode, I'm gonna need y'all to give it a thumbs up because most people, I don't even know what's gonna happen. Today's episode was off the damn chain. I feel so confused about everything that we talked about today, but it's okay. As long as you guys enjoyed it, that's the most important thing. Janetta, Candy, Nola Brown, thank you so much. You're enjoying the show. Thank you. I enjoyed you guys. You guys were so much fun. Candy for the 2 times. Thank you. Miss Tracy Wardick or Ward, is it Wardrick? Thank you so much, Miss Wardrick. I appreciate you. Rakia, thank you. Thank you, babe. I appreciate you. Miss Diva, RJ, get to feeling better, sir. Shebs, RJ gifted some friends. Sonya's hairline. Let's see, where am I? Vicky to the Veil. Thank you. Thank you. JD, thank you. Sonya's hairline again. Side. Was it Sid? Wait, is it Sidisto stocks? Sid Nesto Sid Nesto. So Sydney Stocks. Maybe that's what it is. Sydney Stocks. Yes, Sydney Stocks. Sorry about that. AJ87, Harriet, Sonia's Edges, D Lovely, Janetta, and my 4Ts. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Petty Patty, thank you. Thank you for the conversation. Ooh, and a Cash App. Okay, won't y'all do it? Okay, let's see what happened here. Cash App, Cash App. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Miss E. I appreciate you. Let me respond so Miss E knows that thank you. Thank you for being a friend. Okay. I know people out there are mad, okay? It's okay. What's for me is for me, okay? And what's for you is for you, okay? I appreciate and I am for you. So I'm glad that y'all are here. Let me just say hi to a couple people real quick on Facebook. D, Crystal, Kat Allen, and Anna. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming through on Facebook. Thank you to all of our Facebook friends that joined us. Make sure to thumbs up this live. I appreciate that so much. All of the support. Um, Everyone on YouTube, you're amazing. I appreciate y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed today. I'm gonna do my best to come back, but I'm not even gonna say anything anymore because the last 2 days have been a bust. So we're gonna see, but I got to get out the house and handle some business with Boo Thang. It's Wednesday, and Father's Day is coming quickly, and I don't want to get to the store and it's all like toe up, and we can't handle that Father's Day business. So we need to get out and about and make sure that we get what we need for for uh for the festivities this weekend. Okay. So don't forget, if you didn't know, now you know Father's Day 2024 is coming very soon. So okay. Don't get caught out there without the goods. Okay. Bougie gang, our breakfast and lunch was ready. Oh, I hope you enjoyed it. Okay, guys. Um, if you guys see me again, it'll just be a surprise, okay? All right. Otherwise, I'll see you guys tomorrow, okay? You guys take care. I hope that quashes the question about the judge and her lawyer leaving. Kristen Howell is not gone, I don't think. I wonder if she would answer a question. I wonder if I called her and asked her, "Hi, I'm a blogger on YouTube. Um, are you still attached to Erica King?" I wonder if that's like an appropriate question. I don't see a motion to withdraw, so I feel like it's not even worth. And you never know when you're like low key being trolled. So I almost feel like sometimes bad information could be put out there just to see what other people will do with it, and if they believe like troll information. So I'm gonna just stand on the docket. So I'm making a decision right now on live. I'm standing on business on the docket at hand and the record that is what it is, and we're not going to we're not, because we don't even know where that information comes from. Just because someone said it doesn't make it true, because it's not on the docket. Okay. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna let y'all go. This was fun. Great conversation today. We laughed, all the things. So you guys take care. Have a good one, and I will see you guys next time.